Like he said, I've been here before, so a little background about my son, Deshon, my only child. He was killed by Coach, the driver. He was a coach, he was a bus driver operating New Jersey Transit in Bloomfield, New Jersey. Yes. When I initially came here, I had compiled so much new evidence, which is more mind-blowing. I mean, wow. You know, as humans, we'll look at a person, we would never fathom that somebody would sit there and end somebody's life, and actually deliberately. And I have all the evidence now that states that. So actually, I have free liberty to speak. The bus company wanted me to sign a gag order, you know, and anybody can check and call the lawyer here, let you know that I have free liberty to speak because I never signed a gag order, you know, and you know, I'm quite sure everybody knows what a gag order is. They don't want you to tell about what happened, the evidence or anything. Yeah, yes, it's for that gag, and I declined because that's my freedom of speech, my First Amendment. So I said, I have a right to exercise that. So I declined it. So therefore, like I said, even the lawyer states, if anybody wants to talk to him, you can let you know that I have free will to speak about what happened. So therefore, I'm here to tell you everything what happened. Spare me. When it initially happened, I was told that my son was in a bus accident. And so when I think of a bus accident, I'm thinking he was on the bus and it was an accident. Or he was in a car and it was an accident. But not knowing what they told me, my son was hit by the back wheel. But the new evidence that I have from the lawyer, he hired a forensic science to put everything together. And I know as mothers, we know our child. We know things that they will do, and we know things, even fathers, I'm not going to leave the guys out too, but know what your child will do. And what they were saying, how my son was chasing down a bus, trying to catch it. I mean, we all know you're chasing a bus, you know you're going to end your life, you know. So I'm glad that I had a friend who was a judge. He told me to go and speak to everybody myself, because he said he'd been on the bench for a long time and he know how this played. They're not going to tell you. They be, you know, not going to tell you exactly what happened. And I did so with my son's best friend, mothers. And actually one of the person, which was at Exxon gas station, he said, your son was not chasing down the bus. But this is what the prosecutor told me. This is exactly what, and like I said, I have the tape. He allowed me to actually record him with his statement. He said, no, your son was not chasing the bus. He said, your son was sitting there at stop. So I said, okay. He said, go to 7-Eleven, if everybody's familiar with Board Bay in Bloomfield. Go to 7-Eleven. And he said, talk to the people. They have him on video because he went to make a purchase. So I did so. So the guy said, well, your son used his credit card. And we know paper trail is going to tell you exactly what time my son left. My son had left 7-Eleven at 10:30. And the bus arrived at 10:47. So I knew it wasn't added up. Why would he run? 10:30, 10:47, he had enough time. So the guy at Exxon, he let me see the video of the bus. How it rolled past and it blew past the stop and never stopped. Never stopped. Of course, I was taken back to see this. So the lies that the prosecutor was telling me, and I knew first day I said, you're lying, and they're like, no. So I saw the evidence. And so they was taken back, I guess, because I'm grieving, they not knowing that, oh, she's not going to see. But let me know I wasn't thinking, but my friend told me to do so. When I did, you know, I went to three lawyers. I had to I fired 2 lawyers to get to the 3rd lawyer to help me, because I told them it's not about money. You don't get to you guys. This is a business. This is personal. This is my only child. And the information that I found out is overwhelming. So I had someone who was a friend, police officer. He came back and gave me a name. He said, Naomi, look on your son's, in his paperwork, and see if Vincent Nordorn's name is only in your son's case. I said, what that have to do with it? He said, I don't know, but he's something working with New Jersey Transit. And so I said, okay, let me do my mommy investigation. So I did so. To come find out, I found out with all the corruption that I able to print all this out. Vincent Nordorn used to work for New Jersey Transit as a reconstructioner. And he was covering up all the cases. And I had all the evidence right here. If you like, you have free will to look at it, choose if you want to. So my thing is like this. If they did that to my son case, how many of all these other bus cases that do? See, some people don't know. Money, I'm going to sign a gag order. If they don't know their constitutional right, they're going to sign. So, of course, you're not going to know, because this happened. I'm quite sure you turn on the news, you see this happen all the time. There's been numerous of bus accidents. We're not going to forget about the one downtown Newark. So every time you turn around, and the reason why I know so many, because I do research. And I put it all on my change.org blog, on Deshon Johnson, change.org that I had. And I put all the information about all these accidents. With my son, I don't call it accident, we call it incident, and I'm going to tell you why. So as I'm Googling, I'm like, okay, no, did he wake up and kill my son? No, this is my mind. I said, but it's still murder. Because if I see someone and not in your life, it's still murder. Different type, but it's still murder. But as I did research and looked for dangerous bus drivers, this and that, why did I find evidence of a witness made a statement about he threatened my son, he meaning the driver, which I have it here. So I said, well, let me print all this information out, because things seemed like most of my son's story had disappeared off the line. Luckily, I printed everything, every article out, just like this. So I have all the evidence and witness with one of the witnesses had made a statement that this man saw my son, and he threatened my son. And like I said, I have it on black and white. What human would do something like that to kill my baby? And then on that, in here, he brags about it. Oh, I'm the most dangerous bus driver. He brags about it. And the bus company prosecutor is covering it up. I have the evidence when it first happened, a video with the prosecutor, the lawyer, and the bus driver talking. And right in the video, they say Vincent Nordorn's name. So now everything is added up. My grandmother always tell me, whatever happened in the dark will always come out in the light. Because you can never hide the truth, because the light overpowers the dark. And I'm a firm believer. And sure enough, for 5 years, they was trying to get me settled. I declined, because I said it's not about money. I want justice. I had news people, Channel 4 contacted me, wanted to do a stir. Because I reached out to them. Now that I have all the information I have, and my lawyer encouraged me to go to the news with it. Because he said this is the most sad and humane case he ever had. The lawyer on the videotape saying to the prosecutor, the driver has a clean driver's record. That's not true. Once again, evidence. So I don't know why some people don't think they talk about things and think people won't talk about it or write about it. Luckily, this Good Samaritan reported it. Because he seen as well, if it was my child, I want somebody to do that. If he never reported, I would never have the evidence. So my thing is now I'm trying to have somebody to help me take it back to the prosecutor. Under this new discovery, which I have. All the other two lawyers never took a deposition, which is swear on the oath. The new lawyer I have, he did that. This is all the evidence and lies. This bus driver had 13 incidents, breaking and injury charges, and 3 civil suits. And here, all the other two lawyers failed to do that, but this one particular lawyer, all this evidence I have in my hand of all the corruption. And I will not rest, and I cannot leave this earth without not putting all this evidence and give it to the news, because my son is not here, but it probably can help somebody else's child. And not only that, now we know what our justice system is doing. And like I said, I put the video with the prosecutor, the lawyer, with the corruption video, I put it on YouTube. Feel free to go on YouTube. I put it right on YouTube. They was trying to mean the transit was trying to get my son's case heard out of Essex County. They was trying to take it to Bergen County. Luckily, there was an African-American young woman judge. She declined. She said, it happened to Essex, it stays in Essex. And I thank God for that. You know. So like I said, the video, I got the video transcribed. This is the transcription. And here it shows, right here, I'm going to read a little bit, is the lawyer speaks. He said he had been working with Mr. Nordorn, and Nordorn going to take care of everything. As if my son's life was no value. And not only that, at the end, the lawyer asked, is there a tape, a videotape? There was a videotape on the bus, because back when it first happened, we had did a protest. Somebody called my son's best friend mother and told them there's a video on the bus. Guess what? The video is missing. And not only that, like I said, I had a video on YouTube. You hear him saying it. The prosecutor said, yes, there is a video. Co-tabs it. Like I said, all the evidence is right here. This all